Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Today we will discuss the concept of data types in C++. So here the concept of data type is same for every language, but coming to the particular programming language, it varies only in sizes. What is data type? While writing a program, we require many number of variables to store information. Where the variables store the information, the variable stores the information in the memory. How much amount of memory is allocated to that particular variable? That is specified by the data type. That is depending on the type of data stored in the variable, it allocates memory. Mainly these data types are categorized into three parts. One is primitive data type or built-in data types. Primitive data type, the name primitive specifies these are the compulsory data types. And user defined data type, the user defined their own data type in the program. And derived data type, derived data type, the name mentioned derived means from the primitive data types we are creating a new data type. From the primitive we are creating a new data type. Suppose under primitive data type we have integers, floating characters, Boolean. So we will discuss step by step later. First we develop the category. Under the basic data types, integers, floating, characters and Boolean. Suppose comes under user defined data types. Under user defined define their own data types. Suppose structure, union, class, enum, typedef, etc. Derived data type, we are deriving a new data type from the primitive basic data type. So one of the main example is a pointer, array, reference. These are some of the derived data types. Now we will discuss the primitive data types. This section we will discuss the primitive data type and sizes of each data type. Okay. Primitive data type. This primitive data type is generally categorized into two parts. One is integral, second one is floating. One is integral, second one is floating. In this integral, again it is divided into two types, integer and character. Okay, now this integer, the keyword we are using is int. To store whole numbers, that is to store the whole numbers, we are using integers. To store characters, we are using this. In the program, we are not writing either integer or character. We are representing by using keywords. The keyword for representing integer is int. For character, the keyword is char. Similarly, for floating point numbers, so floating point means real numbers. The floating point numbers, the keyword we are using is float. What are the sizes? Size of integer is 2 bytes. Suppose here I am mentioning in the byte format. Byte is a number of 8 bits. Size of integer is 2 bytes. Size of a character is 1 byte. And the size of float is 4 bytes. For example, here 2 bytes means 16 bits. For example, if my number occupies more than 16 bits, whenever we are giving a number, that number is converted into zeros and ones and stored in the memory. For example, if my number occupies more than 16 bits, so but I am allocating only 16 bits, what happens? For example, if my number occupies only 2 bits, the remaining of 14 bits, the wastage of memory. So I am using either more than 16 bits or almost 1 or 2 bits of 16. Either wastage of memory or requirement of new memory. That means we have a problem. Along these three basic types, we have type modifiers. These type modifiers add additional properties to the basic data types. Some of the type modifiers are short, long, signed, unsigned. So first we will move to short. So now this is how one more category, that is short. Here short means short int and long int. The size of short int is 1 byte. The size of long int is 4 bytes. So here we have the solution. For example, if my number requires more than 16 bits, I am moving to long integer. It has 4 into 8, 32 bits. Suppose my number requires less than 8 bits, I am using short integer. No wastage of memory. If I am using short integer, no wastage of memory, short integer. But character has no one. Character is the only character. Similar to coming to float, we have double. Here double means simply long float and along with long double. Long float, double, long double. Size of double is 8 bytes. Long double is 12 bytes. Double is 8 bytes. Long double is 12 bytes. So we will discuss short and long. Next, what is signed and unsigned? Signed and unsigned means, for example, integer occupies 16 bits. In the 16 bits, 1 bit is reserved for memory location. 1 bit is reserved for sign. That is, the number is a positive number or negative number. For example, the size of character is 1 byte. What is the range of numbers? Minus 128 to plus 127. It occupies plus minus 128 to plus 127 numbers only. Suppose for integer minus 32,767. It occupies within this range only. For example, in my program I does not use any negative numbers. I always use positive numbers. If I am using integer, but these amount, that is from minus 32,768 to minus 1, that many numbers are waste. For that purpose, I am using the concept of signed and unsigned. If your program wants to use both the positive and negative numbers, I am going to signed. Suppose if your program, that is our variables, only use positive numbers, I am moving to unsigned. For example, for this, the range of unsigned is 0 to 255. So observe, here only 127 positive numbers are allowed, but here 256 positive numbers are allowed. Here 65,535. Here I am allowing more than 30,000 of positive numbers. That is the reason. So here we are adding to this one. For example, char. Before the char I am writing signed char or unsigned char. Remember, the size is same. The size of either signed or unsigned, size is always same. Only difference is in range. Similarly, integer, signed int, unsigned int. signed long, unsigned long, signed short, unsigned short. Okay. By default, whether you mentioned or not mentioned, by default all the data types are signed. If you want to represent only positive, mention unsigned. If no one is represented, by default it does are signed characters. These are the primitive data types available in C++. This one. Along with this, we have one more data type, that is, here I am adding, the data type is Boolean. The data type is Boolean. Here Boolean means the keyword we are using is bool. The keyword we are using is bool. It specifies only two cases, that is, it is simply a logical operator. The output is only either true or false. The Boolean variables requires only one bit, that is, it stores either true or false. Okay. And C++ have one more type of character, that is WKR_T, wide character. This is called wide character. This is allowed only in C++. Here the size of this wide character is 2 or 4 bytes. Exactly not specified, but compulsory the size of this is greater than character. When we will use, suppose in a situation, if we require more than 1 byte of memory for a character, we will move to wide_T. These are the basic data types. Thank you.